Hello everyone, this is Keleena. Happy 2021. Here we go, starting a new year and a new vibration in the year because this year is the 5 year. I've got that written up here. 2021 equals 5. 5 is a year of freedom. Okay? 5 is freedom, 5 is change. A lot of you know that's change. I talk about 5 all the time, the 5 change, but it is a year of freedom. It's a year of self-government. It is a year of what my team brought in my meditation liberation of the subconscious. So we're going to go more into these things, and this may be a two-part video because I don't want to have this go too long. I want you to be able to take in what has come through in my download, in my just higher self connection as I bring stuff through. I've got all my notes here. I have a few pages of notes, and if you watch the Facebook Live video on the last day of the year, William was saying something. I was like, oh my gosh, that's what I have in my notes, and I showed it. Here they are. I've got a lot of them. So let's get into this because I want to really bring forth some information that I have that I've been getting since maybe late November, but early December. It's been coming in, and I've got notes on my phones. I've got notes on on paper. Whenever I get something, I write it down. So this is a 5 year, the year of change, a year of freedom. It's also a year of joy and joy in your life through creativity. A year of manifesting. And the 5, remember, is also the number that is connected to the 5-pointed star, which is the star of Venus. And that's connected to magic. So your inner magic is awakening even more. So if you follow my webinars in 2020, how we did all those activations for the golden DNA and the avatar body with the mothers and the grandmothers, whether you're a man or a woman, you need to do those and activate those codes in you that you're receptive to them and not resisting them, so that it will activate more in depth of who you are, so that you become alive. Okay, you become alive with the energy that you are, for your manifestation, for your creation, for your own development, your spiritual development, and your growth and expansion. Your awareness is going to change more this year as well. A lot of people have gone through this massive awakening in 2020. Some have gone to a deeper awakening. And then there's some of us that we've been doing for our whole lives, but we're still having pieces come up as well. I had more of my magic come in this year, which was really cool. So go on, we're going to... what I really get for this year, though, which is really important, is I want to go over the second one first, which is this here. I did a video on Caligo years ago, but Yuga is ending as we're entering into the Aquarian Age. So what my guides show me is that it's not just, we're just in the Aquarian Age right now, boom, and everything's happy and joy and blissful, and we're flying all high. So that's where we want to be, and where we can create ourselves to be, absolutely. But what's happening in the world, what's happening on the earth, is the end of that Caligo period, which is the end of the dismantling and the distortions, dismantling, the destruction, also, so that we can create the new. This goes back to that vision I had in 2004 that I've talked about in many of my videos, where 2004 is a 20-year countdown, from 2004 to 2024. This is like what I'm seeing as this ending of like the hardest part of the Caligo period, and we're moving into the Aquarian Age. We started that in December. What happened with the planetary lineups? I'm not an astrologer, so don't quote me, but all I know is what I see and what my team shows me. So as we're moving into this Aquarian Age, don't think that that Kali Yuga is done yet, because it's not. We still have the dismantling. We still have to have those things come down that were placed that didn't it didn't work. They didn't work for us. They didn't work for Gaia. They didn't work for humanity. They didn't work for soul's growth. They only worked for confinement and greed. So these are the things that are being destroyed. And when these things become obsolete, okay, through the time period, these things become obsolete. That's what gives us the opportunity to create the new. And that's what we're doing right now. It's just like a person that's going out and been programmed their whole life that you need to go to school this time, you need to go to a great college, and you've got to study really hard and study this really hard to be this best person ever. And if you want to have a lot of things, you have to choose this career because this career makes a lot of money. So that's the old patriarchal way, the old paradigm. That's the paradigm that didn't work. It didn't allow you to truly do what you wanted and to be who you know yourself to be deep down. And you couldn't have creativity. Okay, you went after the money. You went after what you were programmed with. You weren't after you're programmed. If you don't do this, you won't have money. You'll be poor. You'll live in a poor house. You'll live in a box. Whatever. Okay, that's the old way. People are going to be walking away from their careers again this year, even more. So the old things that did not work are ending, and so Kali Yuga is ending. But it's still here. So don't think that it's done. And we are moving slowly into the Aquarian Age, because what they're showing me is, let me see if I can get my mark here. Like, I don't know if you can see it. Where should I? So it's like the Kali Yuga is ending. So it's like it's a sloping coming in. Okay, this marker doesn't work. I grab this one. On this, so Kali Yuga is coming down the slope, and we're entering Aquarius. While you're still in here, you're entering that Aquarian age. Okay, I'm gonna put a star, 5-pointed star, because that's the magic coming in. So, and then we go back up with the new creation. Okay, so here still has some time period to go through to clear these things, so that boom, this can take off and go up. That's what they show me visually. That's what I see. And okay, make that pretty again. That's where that's. So now let's go back to the liberation of the subconscious, because this is really important. Because the subconscious is bringing forth a lot of stuff in the programming that you're holding within, that people are holding within, that still needs to come forward to be released. And for those that are on the Patreon, on my Patreon group, they know that William and I just did a video on the subconscious, because one of the things that happened was, it was just like I unconsciously went into his subconscious and started digging up these roots of things that had to come out. And I was playing the role as his past relationship girlfriends that he had in his life. But I was unconsciously doing this, and even bringing, so I was tapping into that. This wasn't the conscious tantra method that you do face to face. It was just happening. These things are coming up, channeling in my, excuse me. So these things were coming up, but it's going to come up more. So these were these little things that he still has left in there that did come up, seen to be released, so that you can move forward from the programming, from even the programming itself with thinking that things should be a certain way, or people should look a certain way, or life should be a certain way, or jobs should be a certain way. That's all programming, and it is embedded in there, and it has to come up. So the liberation of that is this year. A lot of us have been working on this for a long time already to be able to teach from it. Okay, so that's why I have methods to help people go into find the roots of things, move this stuff, and some others do as well. So this is going to be happening this year, and it'll be happening to a lot of people, especially the ones that are just waking up. Because we had a lot of people wake up this year in 2020 with everything that happened. This is going to cause more of what you see as chaos or you feel as chaos. I don't like to use a vibration word, but it's the dissimilar structures. It has a dissimilar within you, and it does on the earth. So if it's not working within you, it's not going to work outside of you either, and that's what's creating all the things that are happening now. Okay, so the next thing I have is the V star, the 5-pointed star, which is your inner magic is really going to come more into development. You're really going to come in touch with that magic that you hold within you, who you are, why you're here, your creativity. A lot of us have already been doing this and connected with it, but more coming in. And this is beautiful and this is fantastic because this is the magic, and this comes when you're in the self-love flow. It comes when you truly are loving yourself. Okay, I've said this before. If you don't love yourself, you're not loving God, because we're all children of God. So Venus also, to me, is the planet of self-love, because Aphrodite and Venus, both of those goddesses, were about love. And so remember what these things are. Really look at the biology of them, because they're really important. So when you've removed enough of the paradigms, the walls, the structures that you've created around you that are truth, you can really get into start feeling who you are in the heart here and know who you are. And that's when you start falling in love with you, not falling in love with people said you were supposed to be. Okay. The oneness, let's see where I have here, self and joy. The self-love, when you move into that self-love, is when the joy really starts to come up, because the awareness expands and you don't take things for granted anymore, and you don't focus on the things that don't really matter. You focus more on what you value. And this is really, really important. It's going to be really a huge piece of 2021 is really valuing yourself, first of all, receive, and then looking at the things that actually have value to you. And they're not talking about material things. They're talking about the things in your life that you value, that feel right here. Okay? They're not talking about greed things. They're not talking about going overboard and having 5 sports driveway. And I've about this for years. I've said this was coming. You can go back and listen to my old videos. But it's about simplicity, and it's about what did you see in 2020 as you had to stay home, as you had to take a look at everything and see what do you really value in your life. Some of you did a lot of decluttering and clearing out of your homes, but you can do more because those collections of little things that you really don't need, that don't mean anything, they only cost you a lot of money. What are you going to do with them? You can't take them with you when you go. You can't take them with you when you move into your light body. Whatever you choose to do. Really look at what you value in life. And valuing yourself is so important, because when we don't value ourselves, we're not finding the true meaning of our own spirituality and the depth of who we truly are. Okay? All right. Oneness deepens. That's on the very bottom, if you guys can see that. Oneness deepens. William and I have gone through some experiences together. We're really seeing how one we truly are in these, but even though we're in two physical bodies, really are one energy. We are like this one form, because we're experiencing these things that's happening to him at the same time it's happening to me. We're either in rooms, or I'm outside doing something, he's inside, whatever. It's happening to both of us, and we come in and we're like, this just happened. We're like, well, this just happened to me. And it's the same thing. So the oneness is really getting stronger to experience it, to feel it, to see it, and then be able to understand that, okay, if you have this with your partner or a family member, imagine how much bigger it's going to get this year for those of us, and certainly depending on where you are in your process, how much bigger it's going to get and how much bigger you're going to feel the ones with other persons, and in your expansion circles, in your soul families, and not in a sense of I need to be one with that person's reason. It has nothing to do with that. It's the oneness of the vibration. It's the oneness of the frequency with these people, and it's the oneness of the knowing all it is. And the experiences you have with it. So you might have 10 people in the same room experiencing the same thing all at the same time. And it's just going to be so expansive. It's going to be so expansive this year. And also, yet they just said it's going to be neutralizing as well. So I want to find out what they mean by that. It's going to be neutralizing to the ego. Okay, thank you. So it's going to be neutralizing to the ego. So very, very interesting. Focal, I'm getting focal, focusing on your inner wisdom is going to be this year. Really focusing on your intuition and your own intuition, and really feeling the truth. Continue with the things that don't make sense. We have so many people that woke up this year, and it's time for these people to start coming out of the closet, start admitting the truth that they didn't know the truth. There's going to be more and more people, and it's more empowering when you actually say, wow, I thought it was not really this way, it's this way, and this has shown me this. We had this massive awakening in 2020, and to run from it is to continue to hide in the closet. To run from it is to continue to hide or hold yourself in the corner, up in a blanket in your safety zone. Okay, that's because of the programming of the ego. So it's time to take off the blanket, stand up, know your truth, connect with your inner wisdom, your intuitiveness. It's really big this year. It's going to expand, and it's going to expand and expand and expand. Let's see, I'm just going over my notes here. It's interesting because I pulled cards before I started, and the come out of the closet was one of the cards. And again, that has to do with a couple things. That has to do with just a way to really step out of the closet and breathe. Breathe and know that, yeah, you can lie, yeah, you've wool pulled over your eyes. And so through the process, people have been part of the herd, they've been deep. Now it's time for you to actually stand up and become the lion. It's time for you to take back your power. It's time for you to know who you are. But the other part of coming out of the closet is that subconscious programming. And that's the other piece as well. So, and you're all going to do it. I'm the cosmic goddess. I'm the cosmic leader. Help you get through this. So let's see. Ending of the Caligo. I'm just going over my notes. It's about the things that don't work on the earth, the things that don't work for Gaia, they don't work for humanity, and it's time for that change to happen. The other thing, old learning styles. So that for children, for students, the confinement to books that are only approved by government programs are being dismantled. They're going to be dismantled. Because you have to remember that kids go to these schools and they're being taught books that do not allow you to be creative. They only hold you in this. They hold you in, there's no progression, is what they just said. You can't be outside of the box. They want everyone confined in this box. This is how everything is. This is how everything is. The history, this is the science, this is what we know, this is what you're only allowed to know. You're in that box. Well, guess what? There's so much more out, and so much more for everyone to learn that's not in a book. And you learn that when you connect with who you are. You learn that when you connect with your intuitiveness, when you really sit, meditate, when you do yoga, when you do these things that really allow you to connect with who you are and your awakening. You can go and have layers taken with persons that are healers like myself. You can go, there's many healers out there. If you've got one close to you, use them. I always say that. If there's someone by you, utilize them. If they're going to help parts, the piece that you're wanting to retrieve, the things that you need to know, the help. We have classes, teachings. I'm going to be doing teachings this year, more teachings and classes offered. So these books that have confined us is what I saw taken off the shelves because they've been privy to only information of the past. And also, math is nowhere near it should be. The history is nowhere near it should be, because let me tell you, in each country, history is different. In each country, history is, well, we did it this way. Well, the books over this place are saying, well, we did it this way and they did it that way. But if you read books next to each other, they're going to both contradict each other. One's going to say we won, one over here is going to say we won. One's going to say this happened, one's going to say this happened. They are not conducting the truth through these books, and they're confining our children, and they have confined us too long. So to expand and grow is to connect with your own divinity. It's to be in alignment with your true self and allow the information to flow through when you connect to our source creator, which is also God, whichever you want to call it. Okay, so the old learning styles are going to become obsolete. Teachers are going to be thankful because there are teachers that don't want to teach curriculum, that don't want to be held back. They want the children to expand their awareness. They want the children to grow. And, if someone like Einstein was able to just allow himself to do all the things he did in his experience and everything, which allowed him to see what worked, what didn't work, and allowed himself to grow, same with Tesla and so many others, and they just said Mary Curie. Say that again, Marie Curie. I don't know her work. But I think I'm saying that right. These people went out and they were so connected. They're showing divinely who they were. They were connected to source, and that's how they had their information. They didn't get it from a book. Okay, so these programs are going to dismantle. The old teaching styles are going to dismantle everywhere in the world. And it may not be overnight, but it's going to happen because there are going to be the teachers that are in position now that are going to finally start standing up and saying, no more of this. And there's leaders in the schools now, like supervisors, superintendents, all those things are going to stand up and say, this isn't right for our kids because you're waking up and you're going to see it. It's time for you to take that stand and do these things. Okay, woohoo! I'm just reading my note here. Tapping more into your own knowledge, the power of the mind and heart, more will understand how to follow their heart. Okay. I do have a video on my YouTube called How to Follow Your Heart. It's 11 seconds long. I did not plan that. It just happened to be that. And one of the meaning of 11 is higher awareness. There's many meanings behind that number, but that is one of them. So in 1111, as above, so below. Tapping more into your own knowledge and power of your mind. So the sacred mind, the pineal gland, the masculine, and the sacred heart, the feminine. That's really, really going to expand this year, as long as you let your ego get out of the way. If you don't allow the ego to control you, because the ego is very powerful, and that false identity created ego of who you think you are, who someone tried to tell you to be, if that can get out of the way, if you can dismantle that and not look at that and become who you are, you're really, really going to connect with power. And when you connect with the power of the mind, the sacred masculine mind and the sacred divine feminine heart, is where the comes in. It's where magic starts to take place and where we allow things to flow and grow. So I'm seeing that on a massive scale. I'm seeing people walking away from who they thought they were and who they were programmed to be and who their jobs programmed them, who they thought they were from that because they chose a career that they went down for money. I see these people leaving those because they just hate those jobs. They don't resonate with them anymore, and they're starting more into what they know they came here for. They're going to start moving into their creativity and their creative abilities, and a lot of this has to do with really allowing you to connect with the goddess, which is the heart, the divine feminine sacred heart. And that is so important. So when we can really allow ourselves to commune with the goddess, with the great goddess, the aspect of the conscious universe, it creates a collaboration. It's a communion with her. When you can allow yourself to become that divine sacred feminine within you, whether you're a man or a woman, that's the great spirit. That's the great divinity of the Oneness back in, because the goddess has been suppressed for so long, and has been suppressed through Bibles, through all these denominational churches that all think their way is the right way, but they've all hidden the goddess. Most of them have hidden the goddess through the programs that say that women have made women feel inferior in work, how been judged. It's the goddess is rising. She's been rising for quite a while now, and the great goddess wants you to convene with her. She wants you to commune with her. She wants you to gather with her. And this is really big, and that's what a lot of stuff I was talking about this year, is really get on the earth, really be thankful, really look at Gaia as the consciousness that she is, as the body that she is, that's always abundant in giving us abundance. She gives us a place to live. She gives us our food. She gives us our water. She provides everything for us. She's a healer. Okay, you lay on her and you receive healing energy. She has everything. She provides everything for us. And we knew that when we first came here. But the more we got separated, okay, the more people went towards greed and got separated from that, they only started covering her up. They forgotten who she was. Now it's time for you to commune back. It's time for you to come back in, have a conversation with her, tell her how much you love her, tell her how sorry you are for the things that you've done to this earth, because she is a living, breathing conscious, she is a soul, and you're part of her. So really pay attention to, what you receive here. If something feels right in the heart, you feel love and peace and joy or bliss, that's the yes, you're going down the right road. But if you're feeling like air in the stomach and that solar plexus, that's a no. So really listen to the goddess, the heart, really important. Let me check. I don't want to go too far. I'm going to probably break this up into a few videos. I'm just trying to see the time. Yep, there we go. So we're going to be tapping more into, okay, I've already got that. We have more focus on what you want to do as your higher self guides you this year. When you feel your passion, your creations through your alignment. That's really big. And this is what everybody is going like, what am I supposed to be doing? I don't know what to do. I hate the 3D job that I had. I don't want to do this anymore. This is the part that's really big. This more focus on what you need to do as you connect your higher self, revealing yourself as you're letting go of all of the layers upon you of all the things that you were told you were supposed to be as you were programmed that you are. Okay, and this isn't just this lifetime, this is past lifetimes as well. This stuff comes up and surfaces so that you can release it and go and move forward. One thing I want to say is the card I actually pulled for the Great Goddess is Ishtar, very powerful goddess, and it's about communion, it's about coming together. Uh, and oh, I just realized this. Cordelia going outside, being out in nature, that really important. And the other one, wisdom. Here's that other one, wisdom, but connecting with your inner wisdom. Those are all things that I have from my notes from the past, and those are actually was in the car. So we're going to talk in the next video about this more focus of what you want to do, because people are going to be leaving their so-called career they chose because they were programmed. If you want to have nice things, if you want to do this or that, you have to make a lot of money. Okay, so we have to remember the universe, I've talked about this for a long time, the universe gives us exactly what we need in the moment. You're always going to have what you need. You're always going to be provided for. And that's what Gaia does. She provides us with everything we need. And you have the land. If you get some land, you have the land to grow yourself food. You have the land to have your own sing well on it. You know, there's no reason why we have to go the old routes anymore. This is a year of self-governing. This is a year of taking back your power. This is a year of you really becoming who you are. And it's a year of freedom. It is totally a year of freedom. And it's up to you to take back your freedom in your change. Okay? To find yourself, to find your magic. So I'm going to leave it right there, and we're going to go into video 2. I'll have that out in a few more days, and I'm also going to have how to be able to do these things. I'm going to do a video with that, how to be able to reach these things, how to be able to connect with these things, how do I find art, and we're going to keep going from there. Also, you guys, my first official newsletter came out for 2021. I've never had the chance to do it before. Julia's been helping me with that. So it came out. Everyone that signs up on my website for my newsletter, which has really the piece that I wrote on that came through at like 5 o'clock in the morning was so informative. I was like, whoa, and I heard newsletter, like, whoa, okay. There's a really, really powerful piece on there with codes that will activate you. And then if you do sign up, there's a gift. That's actually something that was on our Patreon from a channeling. So take a look at that. I'll be doing newsletter. I might do it by if I have anything else I need to release. But get on there, www.keleenamalner.com, and it is Keleena with an E, K-E-L, not K-A, with an A. You won't find me with K-A. So go ahead and sign up for that. Receive the free gift, the article that was written, and some other things. And I will see you on the next video. I love you.